Shirley and Justin Manafort, we drive the 176 out of Plainville, and Vinny Esposito is in the 0 from Seymour. Coming back to the green flag on the front row, we have Rochelle and Dougherty. They're off and running. For this feature, 25 laps will be the distance for our event here this evening. As we see some movement at the front of the field, Craig Rochelle from Hackettstown, New Jersey, making a quick run to the front of the field in the 32 as he is chasing down Justin Dougherty. The number 8 is on the inside. That's Paul Rochelle as he watches the number 32 make its move around. That's Craig Rochelle, both out of Hackettstown, New Jersey. As they make their way around the track, the number 44, that's Ron Darducci trying to make his way to the front of the field. We also see Len Beebe in the number 38 coming back towards the front. As these Legends cars get around the track very quickly, ladies and gentlemen, as we've noted before. The most exciting forms of racing you're going to see anywhere. And now Justin Dougherty asserts himself in the number 18. The 32 once again is making its presence known. That's Craig Rochelle from Hackettstown. Great race for third on the speedway between Paul Rochelle and the number 44 of Ron Darducci, but knocking at the door, that's Len Beebe in the 38, and a young man who has won 3 feature events in a row. That's Chris Pastriak in the number 5, making his way to the front of the field as well. As the laps tick down, 21 laps showing. We'll shave another one of those off the next time by as Dougherty gets real wide out into turn number 4, wrestles the car back in, but he lost valuable real estate on the speedway. Spin towards the front of the field as the 32 goes up and collects a couple automobiles. Mike Pepe involved in that one. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to go back to green flag racing. 20 laps left to go in our Legends car feature. At the front of the field, Ron Darducci on the pole makes a big jump out there in the number 44. But the 8 coming up to challenge, that's Paul Rochelle from Hackettstown, New Jersey. On the outside of that row, Chris Pastriak trying to make a 3 wide. Out there, backs off, and he's doing battle out there with Len Beebe. Len Beebe taking the high road around the speedway. Will follow Rochelle around the track. He'll move into the second spot on the speedway. 19 laps now left to go. You talk about a bunch of action happening in one lap on a speedway. It certainly did there. As quite a change in position. Rochelle out of Hackettstown, New Jersey, coming up the first time we've seen this car here at the Speedbowl. We have another car going around out there on the back straightaway, it looks like. Leader of the event, he is on the pole position. He will set the pace for the rest of this race as he comes back to the start-finish line. Len Beebe on the outside of row number 1 got beat on the start on that one for the moment. Len Beebe, however, very, very fast, very, very well hooked up on the handling department. Goes to the outside. Chris Pastriak is in the 3rd spot on the speedway right now as they make the way out of turns number 3, going into turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, it's Rochelle, Beebe, Pastriak, Darducci, and rounding out your top 5, it's Jags Palmer. Jags Palmer getting a challenge right now from Esposito, blows that one away as Esposito will drop into the 6th spot for the moment. Coming back around with Rochelle, continuing to lead the race. Len Beebe out there in the 2nd spot, trying to gain ground on Rochelle. Chris Pastriak is noted for waiting until about 10 to 12 laps from the finish of a race to make his move towards the front. Let's see if that shakes out this time around. He might not want to wait because Len Beebe has been very strong as of late, and he is making his move on Rochelle as well. This is an unknown commodity, the man leading the race. They haven't seen this driver this year, and so they don't know what to make of it because Rochelle is leading this one and moving away from the field. So they're going to have to figure this one out, see where he drives on the track. It looks like he's driving a tremendously consistent line around the Waterford Speedbowl. Rochelle continues to lead, this time by 14 laps left to go in our Legends car feature. Still to go this evening, ladies and gentlemen, will be the Pro 4 feature event of the evening. Rochelle still leading this one as we have Jags Palmer up there in the top of turn number 4. That should bring out another yellow flag. And let's see how this one shakes down as Paul Rochelle leads him back to the line in the number 8 New York. On the outside, Chris Pastriak, winner of 3 races in a row here at the Waterford Speedbowl in the latter part of the season. Let's see if that hot streak continues for him. He's on the outside groove. Len Beebe right behind him on the outside groove. Both cars seem to be hooked up. Both cars seem to be very fast. Rochelle down on the inside trying to hold on to his position towards the front of the field as we have another car. Looks like Esposito headed up towards the wall as sparks are flying. Looks like he may have cut a tire down up there. And once again, the yellow flag will be quite a weekend of racing as well. Coming back to side-by-side racing. Chris Pastriak on the pole this time around. Rochelle on the outside. Drag race down the front straightaway to the green flag. 12 laps showing on the scoreboard this time around. Pastriak now starting to stretch it out. Len Beebe in the 3rd spot trying to improve on that as he and Paul Rochelle will battle it out for 2nd behind Chris Pastriak. Rochelle holding on to the spot for the moment. In the 4th spot on the speedway, that's the number 44 of Ron Narducci. The number 32 out there having a great race this afternoon. That's Craig Rochelle out of Hackettstown, New Jersey. Holding on to the 5th spot on the speedway. In the 6th spot, we have the number 7, that's Silas Hiscock, coming over from Long Island, New York. Trying to get this one done so we can catch the ferry back across the Long Island Sound. All the driving he wants to do today is from here to the ferry and when he gets off the ferry, not through New York City, that's for sure. They continue to make their way around the speedway. Chris Pastriak now leading Len Beebe. This is a classic battle in 2002 in the Legends Car Division. We've seen it throughout the season. What a fitting way to end our season. Only 8 laps left to go in this one as we have a car go around that looks like Randy Peck out there. Fight on the track. You're about to see one on this restart. Coming back to the restart line, Len Beebe on the high side of the track with a tremendous jump in the 38. Puts the 38 out onto the point, ladies and gentlemen. Yellow lights around the speedway. That start was so good that when they come back to the restart line, Pastriak this time gaining speed at the restart. And it looks like we have a green flag start. Rochelle and Beebe are side by side for the moment. And then Len Beebe puts the pedal to the metal and blasts away from the rest of the field to join Chris Pastriak at the front. 8 laps showing on the scoreboard. They're going to take another one of those off as Chris Pastriak continues to lead the event. 7 laps to go in our Legends Car feature. This has been a battle royale here this evening. Till known commodities. That's Len Beebe and Chris Pastriak against the gentleman coming up from the Garden State of New Jersey. The number 8 of Rochelle, Ron Narducci, currently holding on to the 4th spot. The number 7 out there on the speedway, that's Silas Hiscock, making his way up from Long Island for this race here. Of course, Silas Hiscock, a long time driver here at the Waterford Speedbowl Legend event. Chris Pastriak trying to make a move on the outside. 5 laps showing on the scoreboard. Knows he has to make his move. Is the number 5 going to be pressured for the number 5 as he tries to make his way towards the front of the field? Len Beebe knows how to put that car into the winner's circle. Can he do it this time around? Pastriak working the inside. Pastriak working the outside, trying to find some real estate, trying to grab some horsepower and handling to get by Len Beebe. Getting down to the nitty-gritty, ladies and gentlemen. This time by 3 laps left to go. Pastriak on the outside trying to close the gap. Taking the long way around the 3/8 mile oval. As they come down the back straightaway, Len Beebe continues to lead in the number 38. These 2 drivers have set themselves apart from the rest of the field. A big battle going on between feature winners here in 2002. 2 laps left to go in 2002 as they make their way around the speedway. Beebe seems to be in command at this moment with the power and the handling. Pastriak to the outside, trying to gain ground, this time by closing the gap. 1 lap left to go. We have a shootout at the front of the field in this Legends car feature. 25 laps has been the distance. It all comes down to this. They make the way of the turns number 3 and 4. Pastrnak on the outside, Len Beebe on the inside. Len Beebe will take home the win. Pastrnak second. Paul Rochelle third. Ron Narducci fourth. In the 5th spot, it's Justin Manna fourth. Rounding out your top 5.